This is KGW News at noon.
Want to open up thanking Damian Lillard for 11 incredible seasons with us. Obviously a Blazer legend, and we're very excited to see what he's got in store next, and we're rooting for him.
That's the message from Blazers GM Joe Cronin just hours ago at Media Day. This is the first time we're hearing from him and the team since that blockbuster trade last week. Thank you for joining us this noon. I'm Brenda Braxton. No doubt about it, it's going to be strange seeing Damian Lillard in another uniform. But for the Blazers, this is a new era with a lot of young players. The centerpiece of the trade was the Blazers getting DeAndre Ayton. He spoke to the media this morning about coming to Portland. He said it felt like he was drafted again, and he appreciates all the love he's received since arriving in Portland. He says he's excited to be a leader on this young team.
New beginning. I get to show the world, show you guys who I am as a player, on and off the court when it comes to leading, especially helping young guys on this team win, teaching them how to win, teaching them how tough it is to win in this league as well.
Art Edwards is at Media Day right now. He's going to have much more reaction from the team coming up on the news at 4. More than 400 pharmacy workers with Kaiser Permanente entered day 2 of their strike. They're picketing outside 4 pharmacies in the metro area. This strike comes after the union representing the workers accused Kaiser of unfair labor practices. They say Kaiser has failed to provide information regarding bargaining and grievances, and they accuse Kaiser of trying to deal directly with workers instead of through the union. The strike will last 3 weeks, ending on October 21st.
3 weeks seem like a good period of time. I mean, when you do an unfair labor practice strike, you have to notice, and in healthcare, you have to notice and you have to give a time period. And 3 weeks seemed like a good start.
The union says these things need to be addressed before they can continue bargaining a new contract. In a statement to KGW, Kaiser said it put a solid offer on the table, calling the strike premature. Kaiser also said it has plans in place so patients can still use the pharmacies. Today, former President Donald Trump is in New York for the start of his civil fraud trial. The state attorney general accuses Trump and his sons of inflating the value of their real estate. NBC's Jay Gray is outside the courthouse with more.
Hey there, and the former president made the trip from the campaign trail in Iowa here to the courthouse in Lower Manhattan for the beginning of this trial. The district attorney here in New York has accused Mr. Trump and his adult sons of inflating the value of their assets to secure favorable loan terms from banks here in New York. The district attorney says that it has been blatant for years. And before this trial even began, the Supreme Court judge who was overseeing the case last week ruled that Mr. Trump had persistently committed fraud and said that no trial was really needed to determine the veracity of the claims at the core of the lawsuit. The judge also imposing a heavy punishment, stripping the Trumps of control over their signature New York properties, a move that could crush much of the businesses known as the Trump Organization. Mr. Trump, for his part, has said repeatedly that they've done nothing wrong in this case. Now, we don't expect to hear from him today. We do expect testimony from his 2 sons, and then perhaps tomorrow, certainly before the end of this trial, we do expect to hear testimony from the former president. That's the very latest here in New York as the trial gets underway. I'm Jay Gray. Now back to you.
Other headlines we're tracking for you this noon. Hazelbrook Middle School in Tualatin canceled classes again today after a bomb threat last week forced the campus to evacuate. There's no school for students, but Tigard Tualatin district officials said teachers and staff are working. Hazelbrook is expected to reopen tomorrow. The FBI is now investigating the viral video of a fight that led to the threats. Oregon's Department of Human Services is looking for a missing newborn. They say that Declan Colby Duckett may be in danger. The child disappeared September 5th with his mother, Markeisha Duckett, and her partner, Declan Harris. Both are from Portland, but officials believe they may have left the state. Anyone with information should call 911. And a crash is closing Highway 26 in both directions near Welch's. This happened early this morning, and Oregon State Police confirm one person died. ODOT reports a car and a truck collided, and the truck flipped, leaving the roadway and spilling fuel. ODOT says it'll be several more hours before that roadway reopens. Well, finally, a possible solution allowing Grant High School sports teams to play on their home turf. The city owns the track and field, but says there are some safety issues. We've been following this now for months, and Thomas Schultz is here with the update.
Negotiations are happening between Portland Public Schools and the Portland Parks Department to turn the Grant Bowl over to the school district. Parents say the change can't come soon enough.
I'm really optimistic that they're going to get a lease signed within the next 2 weeks.
Just before the start of the school year, students and families at Grant High learned sports teams wouldn't be allowed to play at the Grant Bowl. The turf field was closed to athletes for safety reasons, though community members could still use it.
They can't practice, and they can't do the stuff they like to do on the field until this whole thing gets situated.
So players were bused across town for home games, leaving school early.
The way the school works, they're often missing the exact same class.
Kim McGair's daughter is on the soccer team and was frequently missing a key class.
She has an F in English. She's a 4.0 student, and she has an F in English because she misses English every single time because they're on a block schedule.
Soon, a solution could be reached. Portland Public Schools sent KGW their recent proposal to the Parks Department, which would give the district a 20-year lease on Grant Bowl. PPS could also refurbish the track and field and make other improvements, like adding lights, and they would pay for the upgrades. Portland Public would also let people continue to use Grant Bowl unless sports teams needed access. The Parks Department declined to comment since there isn't an agreement yet. Still, McGair has had discussions with the district and city and says there's just one snag.
I believe there's only one sticking point between the two of them, and that is who is going to be responsible for permitting the bowl and who gets the revenue from permitting the bowl.
Since 2014, Portland Parks has received over $300,000 in reservation fees at Grant Bowl.
Parks wants to permit it and keep some of the revenue. PPS wants to permit it and keep all the revenue.
And while money may be the holdup, it's not a ton we're talking about here. Permitting fees come out to $30,000 a year. And McGair says Grant High administrators are hopeful this will be resolved soon, and the field will be safe to use by late February. Thomas Schultz, KGW News.
Big changes expected with our weather today, but those changes should be short-lived. Chris, what's the latest on the rain?
Well, the latest on the rain is that the rain is late. If you're watching us this morning, we expected it to be raining pretty good here through the lunch hour. That has not happened yet. Radar does show some light green here starting to overspread Portland and Vancouver. There's no ground truth to this yet. What's happening likely is that this is evaporating before it hits the ground. But I did check some of the traffic cameras. It is starting to rain. It's actually been raining for a little while now up towards Longview. We're starting to see some showers work their way down towards the Woodland area as well. It's raining in St. Helens. Klatsk and I had a sprinkle earlier this morning. You're probably really close to getting some steadier rain now. And as we go out wider, the main event, if you will, the front that's going to be pushing through the area is just now working its way into extreme southwest Washington right now. It's just north of Astoria. That will come sweeping inland over the next couple of hours. So while the rain has been a little late in arriving, it will get here. And when it does, I think our commute's going to get wet. This is a look at Cannon Beach right now, obviously raining along the north coast. Still dry over downtown Portland for now. 61 degrees, by the way. Since the rain was a little later, our temperature got up just a little warmer. I think that temperature drops a bit as the rain moves in. It'll turn a little breezier later today as well, with temperatures slipping into the mid-50s and a wet afternoon drive. 1 day of rain, and then Brenda, we're back into some summer-like warmth in my 7-day forecast. I've got that for you coming up in just a few minutes.
Okay, we'll see you soon. Thank you, Chris. A group of homeless people is suing Portland over the city's new daytime camping ban. They say it violates Oregon law and the state constitution. Portland is not enforcing the ban yet, but the class action suit alleges it subjects homeless people to unreasonable fines and jail time. The plaintiffs are asking that enforcement of the camping restrictions stop immediately.